I'm sorry. Like it's actually getting ridiculous now. The entire DeWanna Bonner situation. Like I've already made videos. The DeWanna Bonner situation is getting ridiculous. Now the WNBA media are gone on the Fever fans bad. Like if you guys have not seen, if you guys have not seen when it comes to everything, booing is fine until it's the Fever fans. Booing's fine until it's them. If it's the Aces fans, it is what it is. If it's booing a kid, it is what it is. Like you're allowed boo a child, as long as you are on the right side of the like spectrum of the league. Like if you are an Aces fan, if you are a Paige fan, if you are, you know what, the Angel fans are nuts. I think they don't particularly like those either. They're nuts, and the Paige fans are just freaking. Like Paige fans are just K-pop stans. Like there's a big difference there. There's a big difference there. Like you don't want to fight. You don't fight with the K-pop stan. Like I've never been ratioed as badly in my life as by the K-pop stans. The Paige K-pop stans. Like they are another level of like crazy fandom. Again, I don't think they need to watch basketball. I don't think any of them actually watch basketball. But like all those fanfic writing, like Paige fans, they are not to be messed with. They are, I mean this when I say they are not to be messed with. But in the DeWanna Bonner situation, we're hearing the media say stuff like this. Like obviously you've got I think was it like Grind City Media where like, oh, DeWanna Bonner got booed and the response was, well, duh. Obviously that's gonna happen. And now we've got, we got more things. So we've got like CBS Sports talking about this. Or like a show from CBS Sports, We Need to Talk. This is a very short clip from a podcast episode, and we're going to watch it on 1.5 times speed because I just don't want to listen to this for too much longer.
DeWanna Bonner returns to Indiana and is met by boos. Kalia Copper called it distasteful.
They're there shaking their heads.
A lot of conversation around this. What are your thoughts when you see this vet, this like legend in the game?
I don't care if she's a vet. I don't care if she's a legend in the game. And by the way, it was fine to like it wasn't a big enough deal to talk about the Aces booing Kalia or Diarca Hamby's kid. Hamby won a championship with the Aces. So Hamby won a ring with the Aces, then got pregnant, missed 0 games, and because there was a chance she was going to miss games, they fired her or they traded her. And then she sued the team for wrongful dismissal. Which, because it's in the CBA, they're not allowed to fire players because they're pregnant. And, by the way, they already punished Becky Hammond and took a draft pick from them. So I don't know if the court, like, it's a big difference between saying, like, the league's investigation found, yeah, this happened. But there's a big difference between, like, a court of law and the league saying, yeah, this happened and we're going to have our punishment. But you know what? We're not going to talk about that. And by the way, like, I'll talk about the Fever booing DeWanna Bonner. If DeWanna Bonner, like, if the Fever booed Nalissa Smith, or if the Fever booed Eric, if the Fever fans booed Nalissa Smith, I would call out the Fever fans. I mean that. Like, I mean that. If those fans of the arena booed Nalissa Smith, or if they booed Erica Wheeler, if they booed either of those players, if Christy Wallace comes back, leaves the Fever, and the Fever fans boo Christy Wallace, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. The only player, like, I wouldn't boo anyway if it was at the games, but the only player that, like, the Fever fans should be okay in booing, that is on their team, is DeWanna Bonner. Or that was on their team is DeWanna Bonner. But at the end of the day, like, let's be real, Sophie Cunningham gets booed every time she touches the ball in some arenas. There's no real issue with that. And I literally said it in my video, I was like, I don't care. Sophie Cunningham doesn't seem to care. It makes no difference. Fans should boo whoever they want. People are like, oh, it's unfair if they boo her for non-basketball reasons. I don't care. I actually don't care. Whether you want to say it's distasteful, disrespectful, cool. I don't care. Like, and I don't think she does either.
Going out there and being booed.
I mean, I wouldn't do it. I get it. She left Indiana. I mean, but she also left Phoenix at one point, and now she's back. And
she didn't leave Phoenix in the middle of the season. She won 2 rings in Phoenix, multiple 6 players of the year, made an all WNBA first team, and then just chose to go to Connecticut. She didn't quit after 5, or was it 7 games or something she quit after? I think it was 7 games. Or was it 8 games? Whatever it was. Let's just say, for argument's sake, 7 games. She didn't quit on the Phoenix Mercury or the Sun after 7 games. And while that was going on, just quit on the team, stayed away. The team was looking for a trade. And because her agent was telling teams, don't trade for her because she doesn't want to be here. She only wants to go to Phoenix. Like, you were basically trying to hope for a second round pick to get cap space. And then she had to go and get herself cut. So the Indiana Fever got left with nothing. And they got Ari, but people were like, oh, they couldn't sign Ari without DeWanna Bonner. Yes, they could have. One, they could have waited an extra like 8 or 9 days. That's all it would have taken was 8 or 9 days, so they could have signed her for the season anyway. And 2, it's not like Bree Turner has diplomatic immunity to being cut. If they really wanted to keep Ari McDonald, like they signed Ari McDonald as soon as they officially could. But like, even without cutting DeWanna Bonner, if DeWanna Bonner was still there, they could have cut Bree Turner and had Ari. And I'm not joking. I would much rather have DeWanna Bonner, Ari McDonald instead of Bree Turner. And you can still sign Chloe Bibby. They could have still signed Chloe Bibby 10 days later. And she still would have been able for the prorated minimum when she came back from Asia Cup. Like, if DeWanna Bonner didn't quit the team, the Fever would have the exact same roster they have right now. And they would replace at least a still pretty decent defender. They would have replaced a shot clock with a decent defender who will have the occasional 15-point outburst. So yes, the Fever would be in a much better state with DeWanna Bonner in their team right now. Because unless there was some weird rule that they have to keep Bree Turner. Otherwise, no. If the Fever had DeWanna Bonner instead of Bree Turner, I would put them as one of the top 3 teams in the WNBA, even this current version of DeWanna Bonner as a bench player. Again, I don't know if she'd be happy, I don't know. But like, even this version of DeWanna Bonner, I still think is a significant upgrade on a shot clock.
And I mean, Indiana getting a little hurt over this, a hurt heart space when she didn't contribute very much. She wasn't there for a very long time.
She sucks. That's part of it. She sucked and quit. That's part of it. We gave her a max contract. She stunk it up and then quit.
And it just seemed like for both parties that it wasn't a good fit. I don't really know why we boo and sis. You know what I'm saying? Indiana still doing all right.
She made no effort to make it a good fit, though. There was no effort there. There was no, like, you know what? It's not a good fit. I'm going to go and, like, go as hard as I can off the bench. I'm going to play on the bench. I'm going to fight for my spot. It's not working out. Cool. Maybe I'm not going to play into rotation. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to quit. I'm not going to do what Michaela Timpson's done and fought her way into the rotation. Fought her way into a role. I'm not going to do what Damaris Dantas has done. Played her way out of a role so badly and then played her best game of the season fighting against the Phoenix Mercury. I'm not going to do what Lexi Hull has done. Lexi Hull lost her starting spot and then has been working her ass off. She's going through a shooting slump, but she's still a huge positive to the team. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to quit because it's not a good fit.
In a playoff position, I think they figured out their rotations, which was huge and was not happening when Bonner was there. So I don't know. It couldn't be me. I think athletes know they might get booed. It just wouldn't have been something that I did. And I think it's also fair that Ka stood up for her current teammate.
Yeah, put some respect on DB's name, okay? She's a veteran in this league. She has accomplished.
And by the way, the first person speaking is the person on the left. The second person, I don't think Erica is the person who was saying it was like fans are going to boo. I wouldn't do it. I actually don't think she's that wrong with that. I don't think she's that wrong. Like, her logic is basically DeWanna sucked and it was actually better off that she went. So there's no point booing because she sucked anyway, which is actually the best. If you're trying to justify not booing, that's actually the best justification. What's the point in booing her? She was a scrub for you guys. And the other is like, oh, respect the legends. Fuck that. If you're going to argue against booing DeWanna Bonner, the argument of DeWanna sucked for the Fever is actually, it was like, DeWanna wasn't a legend for you. She sucked. That's the best possible argument. I don't agree with it, but that's actually the best possible argument you can make for not booing her. Is actually, you know what? Screw all that she's a legend stuff. She actually sucked.
So many things, and she made a decision for herself that has panned out for her and for Indiana. So put some respect on her name. Don't boo her. I wouldn't be the one either.
Like, she made a decision for herself. I'm sorry. Like, no. By that logic, Caitlin Clark. By that logic, I'm not even going to say Caitlin Clark because a lot of fans are Caitlin Clark fans. But let's just say hypothetically by that logic. Let's just say, I'm trying to think of who are the worst fan base. The Vegas Aces. They have the most hostile fans in WNBA for worse most of the time than for better. Because they booed Diarca Hamby because Diarca Hamby got traded. I got traded and sued because the Aces broke rules. So basically, it would be like if, let's just say Jackie Young decides, it's a little bit different because, you know, she's been there a while and she's won 2 championships with them. It would be like, let's say you're not keeping the gold plate of Mamba. Let's say Jewel Lloyd's gone, and in the off season, you replace Jewel Lloyd with, just trying to think of a 2 guard that's like an all-star level 2 guard. Ryan Howard. You've replaced her with Ryan Howard. There's some weird restricted free agency and Atlanta let her walk. And let's just say you've given up a max contract slot for Ryan Howard and your choice was between Ryan Howard and Ariel Atkins. Ariel Atkins would have been a perfect fit, but you went with Ryan Howard instead of Ariel Atkins because she joined. And then it wasn't working out after 5 games and she just basically goes, I'm making a decision for me. I quit the team and I actually want to go play for this other team. And can you trade me? No, you can't trade me. I only want to go play for this team. Like, it's the equivalent of that. It is equivalent to that. Like, if this happened with any other player to any other fan base, there would be uproar. Like, duh. There's a reason why the Indiana Fever fans are always going to hate Dewana Bonner. There's a reason why the Indiana Fever fans do not hate NaLyssa Smith. As frustrating as NaLyssa Smith is, and let's be real, the Indiana Fever fans hate Dejanay. We hate Dejanay. Nothing ever against NaLyssa Smith. But, yeah. It is what it is. Anyway, I can't believe the media is still going. Still going with this. Anyway, I'll see you guys.